Florida State with another top 5 recruiting class. I'm Tom Werme, and this is the ACC Digital Network, brought to you by Ruby Tuesday. Now joined by 24/7 Sports National Recruiting Director, JC Shurburtt. Crazy day, I'm sure, for you, JC, so thanks for coming on with us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, let's talk about the Seminoles making the first ever college football playoff. 2 years ago, a national championship. You don't have that kind of success without top recruits. You have them in your top 5 yet again this year. Why is this class so good?
Well, it's the number 3 class in the country, the number 1 class in the Atlantic Coast Conference. Just difference makers. The teams that recruit difference makers across the country are the teams that usually win ball games, and Florida State did a great job of that. 7 guys enrolled early. Derwin James is a player I think will see early playing time in the secondary. Josh Sweat is an elite edge rushing defensive end that runs 4.4 in the 40. They took him out of the state of Virginia. George Campbell, 6'3", 195 pounds, runs 4.4. Will be better as he moves forward and develops as a pure receiver. And then Jock Patrick, a big running back who I know their coaches were very, very high on. They think he could be just a stud carrying the football for FSU. So it's another very good class with a lot of talent. It's already in Tallahassee. They signed quite a few today. Certainly the Noles continue to rake the talent in, and that's been kind of a mark of Jimbo Fisher since he's been there. He's upgraded the talent level, and that's what's gotten them back to competing for championships.
Okay, the big name, Jameis Winston, gone. How about breaking down their quarterback options in this year's class?
Well, they have 2 guys they signed. One's a guy that I think will be the starter at some point. DeAndre Francois, had a chance to see him down at the Under Armour All-America game. Once he got into a rhythm passing the football, which it took him a couple of days, but by the game he was in a great rhythm. Real smooth release, a good leader, just a player that's been well coached in high school that I think will end up being the guy. Another guy, DeAndre Johnson, has been committed to Florida State for a long time. He's from First Coast High School in Jacksonville. Sort of a dual threat guy that really has a chance. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Joe Hamilton, the great player at Georgia Tech back 10 years ago or so. I think that he has a chance to get in there and surprise some people.
So out of the class, how many guys do you see getting on the field, making an impact, and maybe a sleeper pick also for the Noles?
Well, I think that long term, as you recruit better and better as a program, as Florida State has, you usually see less and less young players on the field. But then again, you're recruiting at such a high level, it's not a surprise if the guy that you recruit is better than the guys on campus to see him win a job, because those are the types of players you get it. Right now, I think the guy that you need to look out for is probably a down-the-road guy, and Abdul Bello. He was the top offensive tackle that I saw at the Under Armour All-America game. I think he's just a player that's going to get better and better and better at offensive tackle. It certainly will be a guy to watch moving forward when you're talking about NFL draft picks and things like that.
JC, thanks for your time and insight on the Seminoles incoming class.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm Tom Werme, and you're watching National Signing Day coverage on the ACC Digital Network, brought to you by Ruby Tuesday.